Chapter number 3, Cultural Heritage of India, Sculpture and Architecture. What is the meaning of sculpture? It means statues or idols. Architecture means designing of houses, temples, etc. India is world famous for its rich cultural heritage. The art of sculpture and architecture has brought a unique identity to India. Town planning of Indus culture of ancient India was greater than contemporary town planning of the world, and it is very remarkable. Sculpture means to carve the fillings on the stone, wood, or on metal with only hammer and chisel. What is the meaning of chisel? It's a sharp metallic thing, and also hammer. When a maker of statue do it, very minute carving and shapes. Now, what is the meaning of sculpture? The art of shaping figures or designs with facial expression in round or in relief professionally performed by a sculptor with the help of chisel and hammer is known as sculpture, which means idol or a statue, person statue, god statue, etc. But right now we all know that the greatest statue of unity. Okay, architecture, but this is not an ancient statue. Statue of Unity is not an ancient statue. Architecture, simple meaning of architecture means art of construction. The word vastu in Sanskrit, it's called vas, is used for architecture in Sanskrit language, and it is very much renowned in this reference. Art of constructing buildings, houses, towns, wells, forts, minarets, temples, mosques, and tombs is called architecture. Skill of architect is seen in the art of his architecture. Ancient Indian town planning. India has acquired expertise in the field of town planning. Many such towns have been found out during archaeological excavation work. What is the meaning of archaeological excavation? When our archaeological department and their officers dug the earth or land and get out some archaeological remains of ancient temples, cities, or houses. Skill of architect is seen in this architect. Okay, the towns were divided into 3 sections. First, fort of ruler, it is called citadel. Second, houses of administrative officers situated on the upper part of the town. And third is residence of common people situated on the lower part of the town. Hello friends, I am Bhumir sir. Please મારી ચેનલ ભૂમિર સર એને સબસ્ક્રાઈબ કરો અને સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ 9th 10th 11th 12th ઇંગ્લિશ મીડિયમ ગુજરાતી મીડિયમ બંનેના ગુજરાતી સંસ્કૃત અને એસએસ ત્રણેય સબ્જેક્ટના વિડીયોઝ તમે જોઈ શકશો. ઓકે, આ ચેનલ પબ્લિકલી છે જેમાં કોઈ બીજા કન્ટેન્ટ્સ નથી, ઓનલી એજ્યુકેશન રિલેટેડ છે. સો પ્લીઝ દરેક જણ આ ચેનલને સબસ્ક્રાઈબ કરતા રહો અને નવા નવા વિડીયોઝ તમે જોઈ શકશો. તમારા બાળકોને અથવા તો ફ્રેન્ડ સર્કલમાં કોઈ પણ હોય એને પણ તમે આ વિડીયોઝ બતાવી શકશો. ઓકે, સો થેન્ક યુ ફોર ધીસ કોઓપરેશન. ઓકે, બાય. There is 3 part for the town planning. Fort for ruler were constructed on the upper part of the town. Upper part of the town is safe and protected with houses having 2 to 5 rooms, and also houses of lower part of the town are mainly constructed with handmade bricks. Handmade bricks. People of Indus Valley civilization has developed many more beautiful and systematic towns than many other civilizations of the world from architectural point of view. In the past, only 2-3 civilizations are there in the world. No, there are a lot of civilizations, but developed civilization is just for India, Egypt, etc. Among all of them, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro had the best town planning. Mohenjo-daro, 1922. In 1922, archaeologist named Rakhal Das Banerjee and Dayaram Sahani found out remains of huge town planning during excavation work which was being carried out under the guidance of Sir John Marshall and Colonel Mackay in Larkhan district, but it is now right now in Pakistan, of Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro means the heap of the dead. Heap means heap of the dead. First, construction of town. Municipal composition. From the point of view of town planning, Mohenjo-daro is the best. Houses built on the high plinth. High plinth, it means a high, one type of a plinth. Plinth, it means one type of some parts upper part from the land. Plinth to protect them from the flood and dampness, damp and flood. The houses of rich people were double-storied, having 5 to 7 rooms. Very facilitated. Okay, 5 to 7 rooms are there for courtiers or for the king. They have a big house in the upper part. While the poor people were single-storied, having 2 to 3 rooms, but it is also good. 2 to 3 rooms, not bad. There is no slum areas. The town was fortified. The main entrance of the houses opened on the side lane, not on the main roads. Generally, the main gate of our flats or society is on the main road, but this is not on the main road, it is inside the lane. Remains of storehouse, kitchen, bathroom were found in every house. There was proper arrangement of doors and windows to keep the houses airy and ventilated. Now roads. Roads are main features of this town planning. The roads were 9.75 meters wide. The small link road crossed the major ones at right angle. The roads were wide enough for a number of vehicles to pass at a time. Pits on the road side suggest that might have been lamp post. It's a lamp post which is on the side of the road. Roads of the town were straight, main roads without any turn. This is considered to be a speciality of ancient time. There were 2 main roads. One was going from the north to south and the other was going from east to west. Both crossed each other at right angle. Perfect perpendicular to each other. Okay, perfect perpendicular to each other. Now drainage system. Drainage system is a unique feature of this town planning. Such a drainage system was found nowhere except in the island of Crete in Mediterranean Sea. This system was built to drain dirty water out of the town. Each and every house has a cesspit. This planned and systematic and efficient drainage system clearly proves that they were very careful about their health and hygiene. So they know the importance of hygiene. What is the importance of hygiene? So they made each and every house with main drainage. It's a drainage system like in our top washroom or our bathroom. We have cesspit. Okay. In this cesspit, dirty water goes outside of house and going on the main road, and then it goes out through the city. This system was developed before approximately 2500 years ago. So we have really intelligent heritage. This is only the intelligent heritage. Now public bath. A huge bath was excavated at Mohenjo-daro. There was an arrangement to put fresh water in and dirty water out. There might have been facility for hot water and small rooms for changing clothes. This public bath might have been used on the festival or religious ceremony. Somewhere some religious ceremonies or festival at that time, mostly the male people take bath as per the rituals. Rituals, it means when the Brahmins call Om Swaha, then they have to put one tumbler. Okay? Now public buildings. The ruins of two huge buildings have been found at Mohenjo-daro. They might have been used as a town hall or as a theater or administrative office or a granary. The barrack of such building was also found out. This must have been used to accommodate soldiers. Barrack, it means a straight line of buildings. Straight line of buildings, and also this has only the window and door. There is a shelter like shade or roof, but there is no terrace. Also, there is no washroom or drainage system in it. Maybe it is for only the soldiers. They live there only. Let's start Harappa. In 1921, under the leadership of Sir John Marshall and Colonel Mackay, Dayaram Sahani discovered very ancient remains of Indian civilization from Montgomery in Punjab district near Harappa. The remains of Indus Valley civilization were found out from Rapar in Himalayan regions, Alamgirpur at Meerut in Uttar Pradesh, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Lothal at Dholka in Gujarat, Deshalpur Shikarpur in Kutch, Dholavira in Kutch, Rangpur near Limbdi, Saurashtra, Srinathgarh or Rosdi near Gondal, Kuntasi near Morbi and Somnath. The region of Sapta Sindhu River is a region of our Indian culture. The culture which developed here is known as Indus Valley Civilization. Its remains found first of all from Harappa, why it is also known as Harappan civilization. Copper and stone, weapons, many of other things were found out from this region. That is why it is also known as Copper Stone Age, because some ornaments or some weapons made by copper and also made by stone. Town planning of Harappan civilization was very systematic. Its greenery and fort were remarkable. People of that age were fond of wearing ornaments, and such remains have been found. Third is Dholavira. a huge and systematic ancient town contemporary to Harappan civilization, has been found 2 kilometers away from Dhalavira. Dhalavira village. This is the address of Dhalavira in Kutch. At Khadirbet in vast desert of Bachau Taluka, which is about 140 kilometers far from Bachau or Bhuj. Archaeological Department of Gujarat surveyed the heap of ruins. After this, officers of Archaeological Survey of India undertaken the research work in 1990. Special task of excavation was carried out under the guidance of Rabindranath Bist, Rabindra Singh Bist. Remains at Dhalavira, palaces and main walls of town were painted with white color. Such fortified walls encircling town suggest strong security. This wall is made up of clay, stone. This wall also made up from clay. Clay means which is the clay, stone and bricks. Clay means a lumpy soil which we can get near the river coast. Special feature: potable water was available here as well as proper system of water purification was set up here, which is not made available even in modern age. We can't get it. We can't make it. They have made the system for potable water in each and every house. They can get pure and potable water. Now the Lothal. Lothal is situated in Dholka Taluka of Ahmedabad district. Dholka is a place between two rivers, Bhogavo and Sabarmati. It is 18 kilometers far from Bay of Bengal, Bay of Khambat, from where 3 layers of human habitats were found. A huge dockyard was constructed to facilitate ships in the time of high tides at the lower eastern part of the town. They can also store or put the ship in this dockyard. And this is the unique feature of Lothal. Such dockyard storage shops etc. show the proof of export and import. This is our best business. This suggests the Lothal might be a rich and prosperous part of India. This is a matter of great pride not only for Gujarat but also for history of India. Now, a special art like Mauryan art, stupa, an oval-shaped construction under which the remains of Lord Buddha's body were kept in a box is known as stupa. There are 5 famous stupas of King Asoka's time. Stupa of Sanchi in Madhya Pradesh, stupa of Sarnath in Bihar, stupa of Berat, stupa of Nandangarh, stupa of Devni Mori in Gujarat. Beside chaityas, vihars and mud. What is the meaning of chaitya? When the Buddhist monk stay. What is the meaning of vihar? When the Buddhist student learn the lessons of Buddhism. And what is the meaning of mud? Where the monk of Buddhism are doing their prayers. The period of King Ashok was the golden period, the best period of prosperity for the Buddhist religion and age of sculpture and architecture. Buddhist religion has gifted caves like Ajanta and Ellora caves, vihars, chaityas and stupas to the field of architecture. Now, stupa of Sanchi. The Sanchi Stupa was built during Mauryan period. It is situated at Madhya Pradesh. In the original stupa of Sanchi was made only with the bricks. It was half in the size compared to the present stupa. This Buddhist stupa is a precious specimen of art of architecture. Now you can see the photo of stupa. First, you can see on the top there is something round and something the net. This is called Hermika. The railing around the top of the oval shaped stupa is called Hermika. Then after, Medhi, elevated circular path around stupa is known as Medhi, which is used for Pradakshina. Then Pradakshina path, a slightly elevated circular path around the temple or place worship is called Pradakshina path. Pradakshina is done in a such way that place of worship is always in the right side. Okay, right side mahoy. Then it can we can turn circular route as per the rotation of this clockwise rotation. Fourth thing is Toran. Toran means entrance, gateway of this that is built on the two high pillars with artistic horizontal beams on it. The devotees use this Toran as an entrance. They can get inside. They can go inside from the Toran. Now, pillar inscription. Stone inscriptions were made from single rock. Stone inscription carved out by religious order of Emperor Ashok. Emperor Ashok are the best specimen of engraving on stone. We learn in the first chapter. We can see the photo of a stone inscription at Junagadh. They were polished so well that they glint or shine. Such like pillars were erected in Ambala, Meerut, Allahabad, Sarna, Loria near Nandangarh, Sanchi, Kashi, Patna, and Bodhi Vruksh near Bodh Gaya. They were carved in Brahmi script. This is the IMP objective, in which script the stone inscription engraved. So it is engraved in Brahmi script. Pillar of Sarnath. The stone inscription at Sarnath is the best specimen of sculpture. The pillar has 4 lions facing 4 different directions. Sarnath preaching place of Lord Buddha. Dharma chakra are carved below the lion image. This chakra indicates triumph of religion. That is why it is called Dharma chakra. This wheel has 8 spokes. That means 8 prahar of the day. 1 prahar means 3 hours and 8 prahar means 24 hours. Apart from this, it has sculpture of elephant, horse and bullock near this chakra. This chakra has been placed in the national flag of Republic India. Image of 4 lions have been placed as our national emblem. This is considered to be one of the best specimen of sculpture in the world. Now, stone inscription. Stone inscription carved by religious order of Emperor Ashok are the best specimen of engraving on stone. So, what is the meaning of engraving? So, meaning of engraving on stone, it means to write with scissor and hammer on the stone in Brahmi script. Wooden art, stone sculpting show an excellent specimen of the art of architecture along with the erection of pillars of wood and stone. Beautiful arcs are engraved on door which stress religious behavior, which shows our beliefs. Such stone inscriptions have been found from Peshawar, Dehradun, Thane, Mumbai, Dauli, Jaugada at Odisha and Chennai. Such type of stone inscription has been found from the foothill of Girnar mountain on the way of Junagadh in Gujarat. Other than this, Palikana Jain temples on Setrunjay mountain in Gujarat, Jain temples of Hati Singh in Ahmedabad are such stone inscriptions which provide complete information in Sanskrit and Gujarati languages. So it gives more information about our languages. In Ahmedabad, Hati Singh's temple, so beautiful stone carvings also is there. Now South India, Dravidian style of art in South India. Many Buddhist stupas were built on the regions of Krishna and Godavari river during the region of Satvahan king. They were of semicircle, oval and bell shape. Dun, 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 dun. Stup in Nagarjun Konda and Amravati are the best specimen of Dravidian style art. Chola kings adopt Dravidian style of architecture up to the great extent. So they develop this type of culture and sculptures. Now, art of Gupta period. The last line is the reason. Give reasons. 2 marks. Gupta period is the golden period of sculpture and architecture. During the Gupta period, architecture, sculpture, painting, dancing and music flourished. Parvati temple at Jabalpur, Ninawa. Bumrah Shiv temple at Nagoda. Aaron's temple, Narsi temple at Madhya Pradesh. Gop Mandir at Jamnagar in Gujarat. Stupas, chaityas, mott, vihars, flags and pillars are the unique example of the Gupta art. Gupta period is known as the golden period of the art. Buddha statue of Sarnath, statue of Lord Vishnu at Mathura, statue of Lord Mahavir Swami, caves of Udaygiri, statue of Lord Vishnu in form of Varah are the best specimen of the sculpture of Gupta period. So it is known as golden period. Now, cave architecture. Cave architecture is considered as a man-made place of beauty. Caves of Ajanta, Ellora, Elephanta, Udaygiri and Bagh near Gwalior, Bhubaneswari at Odisha, Khandagiri and Nilgiri are famous specimen of caves architecture of Gupta period. Khambharida in Gondal in Gujarat, Dhank near Rajkot, 3 caves at Junagadh, Talaja, Sana, etc. are found. The caves inscription of Ashoka have been carved on the wall of 3 caves of Barbar mountain in Jharkhand, 16 km away from Gaya, Bodhi Gaya. This describes work of charity done by Ashok. Caves of Assam and Darjeeling, Sudama caves in Bihar and cave of Sita are well-known cave architecture. But we will learn Ajanta, Ellora and Elephanta in chapter number 6 in detail. But now, caves of Gujarat. This is the proud for us. Cave at Junagadh. You can see lot of caves are there in Gujarat. Caves at Junagadh. There are 3 groups of cave in Junagadh. Group of Baba Pyara caves. This cave is situated near Baba Pyara Mutt. Near Baba Pyara Mutt. And also they are in 3 layer intersecting each other at right angle. There are total 16 caves. Out of them, first line has 4 caves, second line has 7 caves, and third line have 5 caves. Possibly they were carved during 1st, 2nd century in the beginning. AD. AD means Anno Domini or after death. Second point is they are double stored. On seeing their remains say, one can that they might have been carved during the end of 2nd century and the beginning of 4th century. Caves of Khapra Korea or caves of Kun. On seeing remains, it can be said that they were floored caves, 2 double-storied or 2 floored caves. It might have been carved in the 3rd century. There were 20 pillars and they are now ruins only. Khambalida caves. It is discovered in 1959 AD. They are situated at Khambalida near Gondal, 70 km far from Rajkot. 3 of them are remarkable, too much good. Chaitya Guru with stup is situated on the middle cave. Figure of Bodhisattva and statue of devotee are standing on the both side of entrance. Entrance path supported by trees, and they are of 2nd or 3rd century. Talaja caves. Mount of Talaja is situated near mouth of Shetruji River in Bhavnagar district. It is famous as a pilgrim place as Taldwajgiri. 30 caves have been carved from the stone with huge gate. It is called Abal Mandap Sabhakhand and Chaitya Guru are the best example from the sculpture protection point of view. Now the main part. Cave architecture of Buddhist religion belong to 3rd century. Shana caves. It is like behemoths. This group of caves is situated on the top of Sana mountain in Vakia village, Una Taluka in Gir Somnath district. These caves are spread on Sana mountain like beehives. Beehive means a house of honey. Dak cave, Dakgiri is situated in Dak village of Upleta Taluka. And at Rajkot district, it is considered that they might have been built in the beginning of 4th century. Zinzuri Zar cave. There are many Buddhist caves in the west of Dak. About 7 km from Sidsar, it is in valley of Zinzuri Zar. It is considered that they have been built in the 2nd century. Now Khapra Kodia caves at Kutch. These caves are situated on the top of hill near Old Patgarh in Lakhpat Taluka of Kutch. There are 2 caves. These are discovered by K. Shastri in 1967. Caves of Kalyadungar or Kalyadungar. There are 3 caves in Kalyadungar at Jagadia Taluka in Bharuch district. These are the best old architectured specimen of Buddhist religion. Architecture of these caves is marvelous. Good things are there, like an 11-foot high statue. 11-foot high statue of a lion who has only one face but dual body. Statue of a lion with 2 bodies and 1 mouth in the form of pillar has been carved, which is from the single rock. This is excellent thing. Now, chariot temples. A unique feature of Pallav age can be seen in the famous chariot temple of South India, which is carved out from the single rock, only from the one rock. Kailash Nath temple and Kanchi temple of Vaikuntha Perumal are the best example of architectural art. Apart from above, mandaps at Mahabalipuram and chariot temple of Mahabalipuram are world famous. Each of them is rock cut temple. These chariots are named after the names of Pandavas. Chariot temple of Dharmaraj is the biggest one, whereas the chariot temple of Draupadi is smallest. This is named after the Pandavas. 5 Pandavas are there and 6th is of Draupadi. Temple architecture. Many famous temple architecture are seen with the high pedestal and pinnacle with the ladder. It means high plinth or pedestal with the ladders. But some are flat with Pradakshina path encircling the Garbhagriha, innermost part of the temple where the statue of God is situated in this part. This is called a Gabharo in Gujarati. This is called Garbhagriha. The Bumrah Shiv temple near Jabalpur and temple of Larkhan in Bijapur district. Also the copper statue of Lord Buddha in Nalanda, Sultanganj and Jain temples of Mathura are the best specimen, unique specimen of the architecture and sculpture. There is a greater contribution of Pallava kings, temple constructed in Kanchi. The capital city of Pallavas are very famous. Tanjavur was the capital of Chola dynasty. The great Brihadeshwar temple was the first temple constructed by Raj Chola. It is about 200-meter high, an extraordinary temple of ancient India. But what is the speciality? It is 200-meter high, but in between the time of 11 to 2, there is no shadow of this temple. There is no shadow of the temple. So, this is the speciality. Now, some temples of South India has specific architecture, like their doors, entrance, or their temple construction. Architecture of Gopuram, 2 marks. IMP question. Gopuram means entrance of the temple. The construction of temple gained momentum due to the encouragement of Pandya kings or Pandya rulers of South India. They built high outer walls, beautifully decorated gates out of the temple. The gates of the temple are known as Gopuram. The artistic glory of Gopuram has become more popular than its temple. Gopuram of Kanchi and Madurai gives us aesthetic pleasure even today when viewed from the distance. Kanchi and Madurai are the most beautiful Gopurams are there. Now, some definitions are there. Garbhagriha, a small and dark rectangular room in which idol kept, means God's idol is kept in this Garbhagriha. It is called Gabharo in Gujarat. Gopuram, it means the gateway of India, gateway of temple in South India. 2 lower storied temple are convex shape and other 2 storied are loft to make pyramidal structure that make Gopuram strong. Mandap, it is big hall constructed on the pillar or is a huge area lying in front of the main gate. Pinnacle means Sikhar, the point The pointed exterior part of the garbhagruh on the top of the temple is called shikhar, and it is covered or plated with gold or brass. Viman. This type of pyramidal system of temple. Viman is a part of temple. It is semicircle or sloping shape. It has many storied, looks like pyramid. The Sun Temple of Karnak in Odisha, which is the one of the form of chariot temple. Brihdeshwar, Tanjavur. It has 13 storied gopuram. Only the entrances of 13 storied. Metallic and stone idols of this age have special characteristic features. Bronze statue of Nataraj is the best example of idol sculpting of that time. Chola temples have their own splendor in the age in the field of art and architecture. Meenakshi Temple of Tamil Nadu, one of the huge temple of India in Madurai, spread in vast area. It has 4 main gopurams, means it has 4 gopurams, 4 entrance. From the architectural point of view, it is the best. It is the wonderful temple, and in the medieval period, Khajuraho, the capital of Chandel rulers of Bundelkhand in Madhya Pradesh. Chandel rulers built a beautiful temple at Khajuraho. The style of pinnacle varies from other. Khajuraho temples are the finest, best temple of the world and unique temple of the world. Now, Jain Derasa. Jain temples. Jain temples are found at various places of India. Vaibhar at Rajguru, Vipulachal, Ratnagiri, Udaygiri and Shramangiri are 5 main Jain temples. There is a Siddha Kshetra pilgrimage in Samet Shikharji, and it is known as Madhuban. Adinath Bhagwan and other 20 Tirthankar attain Nirvan here. There are temple of Abhinandan Nathji, Parshvanathji and Bhagwan Mahavir Swami, 24th Tirthankar of Jainism. Reached here, and many sages attain salvation, moksha here. There is a Jain temple at Palitana and Shankheshwar temple in Panchasara in Gujarat. Jain temple at Delwada, Mount Abu and Ranakpur in Rajasthan are excellent and wonderful form of construction, carving, artistic skill and sculpture point of view. Especially Delwada temples of Mount Abu, which have been constructed by Minister Vimal Shah or Vimal Vasai and other Minister Vastupal constructed Luna Vasai, are excellent example of sculpture. These are constructed with white marbles on the top of Mount Abu. There is a place of Jainism, it's called Delwara. Visit this place. This is excellent place for architecture. They are famous in India as well as abroad because of their attractive, minute and artistic work of sculpture. These temples are wonderful and memorable gift. It is given by the Jain religion to the Indian culture. And somewhere there is a beautiful sculptures on the dome of the temple. Upper side, how they made it, we can't understand. Jain temples are worldwide famous due to their art of sculpture and architecture. Now the special of Gujarat, Sun Temple of Modhera. Modhera temple in Gujarat, Mehsana district was built during the region of Solanki, King Bhimdev I. In this temple, a gem was studded in the middle of the crown of sun god. But now, right now, there is no sun statue or no crown or no gem. This is looted by, I think so, Muhammad Ghori or Ghaznavi. Okay. So, this is studied on the crown of the god. The entrance gate of eastern side of this temple is constructed in such way that the first ray of sun fall directly on the gem, and because of it, this temple is constructed in the such way. First ray fall on the gem and hold the temple, and the entire sanctum is lit up from the 12's light in earlier morning. So it lit up, creating a divine atmosphere. 12 different images of sun god and erotic sculpture are seen in this temple from born to death. The carving of this temple is done in Iranian School of Art. There are 108 small temples surrounding the outside tank, which creates the pleasant sight at dawn and dusk. At the time of prayer, they put one lamp or diya near the temple, and 108 diyas are there. So it looks so beautiful. Now, medieval architecture or Muslim architecture, Mughals architecture. The architecture of mosques, minarets, royal palaces, bridges and inns, etc. are seen in the medieval age. Qutbuddin Aibak built Qutub Minar, 5-storied large tower, and Quwwatul Islam, this is the mosque which is outside of this Qutub Minar. Similar mosque named Adai Din Ka Jhopda. It also built by Qutbuddin Aibak. It is constructed in 2.5 days only. So it is called Adai Din Ka Jhopda. Bengal, Adina Mosque at Pandua region of Bengal, tomb of Jalaluddin Muhammad Shah and Tatipara Mosque were constructed. This region developed its own special style in the field of architecture. But Jaunpur in Uttar Pradesh, Sultans of Turkey built Atala Mosque. There is an artistic grill around the dome. The walls and ceiling are decorated with the many Indian designs, including lotus. Lotus is the main design or flower of India, our national flower. Or we can see all our gods, goddess sit on this flower. And this is accepted by Muslims. This is good thing. Malwa. Peculiar style of Mandu building is seen under the protection of sultans. Many such tombs have been created over there. The huge and impressive dome and carving of balcony in this structure are attractive. Tomb of Hoshangashar is completely made of marble in Indian style. When we see this tomb from far, we can feel like Taj Mahal, a mini Taj Mahal. Other province, the ruler of Kashmir and Bahmani built dome of Bijapur. We can say our name once and it repeat or it will echo lot of times. Also the building of Bidar and Gulbargani and Madrasa of Muhammad Gawa and temples of Hampi, Vitthal Swami, Hazara Temple, 1000 Ram Temple, Gopurams and artistic pillars are well known art of Vijayanagar Empire. Now, final point of this chapter, architecture of Gujarat. Sculpture and architecture of Gujarat includes temples of various religions, mosques, vihars of Buddhist religion, Mutt, stupa, chaitya, cave temple, Jain temples. Beside this different type of building construction useful for society like royal palaces, fort, domes, gates, Kirti Stamp, Tower of Fame. Kirti means fame, Tower of Fame. Inns, sanctuaries. Upashray means shelter place of monk of Jainism. Visama, veranda. Skylight means Jarukho. Watchtower, ark. Ark means Toran. Wells, step wells, lake, pond. Figure of animals and birds are the most beautiful and magnificent structures. Now, famous temples of Gujarat. In the field of temple, different religions have been built in Gujarat. They are temple of Bhadrakali in Ahmedabad, Gita Mandir temple near main ST bus stand of Ahmedabad, Ved temple also there, Jagannath temple at Jamalpur, Ranchod Dry temple in Dakur, Sun temple in Modera, Hatkeswar temple in Vadnagar, Ambaji, Mota Ambaji temple where the heart of goddess Ambama, Shamlaji temple, Somnath temple, Jagat temple, Dwarka, Bahucharaji temple, Mahakali temple on the Pavagadh, Swaminarayan temples are there in Gandhinagar, Brahmaji temple in Khed Brahma, Khodiyar Mata temple in Bhavnagar, Mutt of Ashapurama in Kutch. Now, some mosques are there because Gujarat is affected by Muslim rulers. So, like Ahmedabad is created by Ahmad Shah, Mehmedabad is created by Mahmud Begda, Champaner Pavagadh also created by Mahmud Begda. Jama Masjid near Tindarwaja is in Ahmedabad. Sultan Ahmad Shah first built this mosque in 1424 AD. It has 260 pillars and 15 domes. Other structure includes Sidi Sayyid grill with minute carving, Rosa of Sarkhej, Shaking Tower in Ahmedabad near railway station, Mosque of Queen Sipri, which is also known as Mosque of Nagina. Very minute carving and also the beauty of woman. Jama Masjid at Champaner in front of Pavagadh mountain. There are many such mosques in the big cities of Gujarat are there. Now the Jain temples, very famous Jain temple of Ati Singh in Ahmedabad, Kumbhariyaji, Sankheshwar, Siddhgiri, Shethrunjayagiri near Palitana, etc. Quite well known for the sculpture, architecture and carving point of view. Now stepwells of Gujarat. Stepwell of Adalaji in Ahmedabad. Stepwell of Dadahari near Asarwa. Dadaharini Vav in Ahmedabad. Rani Ki Vav. This is the World Heritage place. Rani Ki Vav. Also in Patan, Hira Bhagod at Daboi are the very splendid example of stepwells. Apart from this, there are many best specimens of architecture like Fort of Bhadra near Bhadrakali temple in Ahmedabad near Lal Darwaja, Tin Darwaza, Naginawadi, Kankariya Lake near Ahmedabad, Rudra Mahalay. This is the most beautiful place on the bank of river Saraswati near Siddhapur. Okay, but now just it is as a ruined place of our special heritage. Sahasraling Lake of Patan, Chori of Samlaji, Samadhi of Tanariri in Vatnagar, Kirti Toran also in Vatnagar, the born place of Narendra Modi, Munsar Lake of Viramgam, Malaw Talao, Malaw Lake. This lake is very well known for Minal Devi's peace and mercy. Minal Devi, the mother of Siddharth Jaisimha. This art adds to the dignity and glory of Gujarat. Today Gujarat shines like a star in the world map because of its art of sculpture, architecture and carving. And also we know that Ahmedabad is declared the first World Heritage City. World Heritage City first. So this is the proud for Gujarat and all of us. Now, what is the mosque? Mosque is the holy place or a temple of Muslim religion. It has Galyara, the way enter and exit from the mosque. Qibla, the part of architecture, is a part of mosque or a hall wall where namaz is performed. It is always in the direction of Kaaba. Kaaba in the west direction. This is in the west direction. Livan, the room in a mosque with pillars. Maksura, end of the mosque wall is known as Maksura, which is separated by railing. Mehrab, the interior part of mosque wall, which is of human height, indicate correct direction of Makkah Medina, their holy place, which is known as Mehrab. Generally in India we have to keep Mehrab in west direction. Sahan, the campus of mosque where the followers of Islam get together for prayer. This is known Sahan or a front part of the mosque. So this is the knowledge of chapter number 3, ancient Indian sculpture and civilization in detail. This is the end of this chapter.